as Macronite, which is myself, Rowan and Nikki. We'd be the kind of the techno outlet to it. We then have double bass, who's Bill and Aina. They'd be bringing the kind of the dub reggae kind of sounds and kind of juke music, kind of garagey sounds. Then we have Filthy Dubstep Bastards who bring filthy dubstep. We also have Fried upstairs, which is Teddy and Flynn, and they bring the drum and bass. Teddy would be more jungle-orientated drum and bass, and Flynn would be the new school kind of drum and bass. So,
Macronite came about through the closure of Baker Place in Limerick. And a good friend of mine, Daniel Sykes, had been running Macronite here in the city for a number of years, which was very successful. But thanks to Daniel, we came together in his night as a group collective of, I would say, a group of 15 good friends. Macronite also gives people that normally wouldn't get a chance to play out around. Limerick is full of quality musicians, DJs that don't necessarily get a chance. And this gives people the opportunity to show their friends, to show other people what they're capable of doing.
Macronite started out 3 years ago. It was his third birthday in last August, so it's nearly 4 years old. Dan the lad started off from the small in Baker's Underground, just kind of locals. It started off, we started bringing acts over, etc. And it kind of grew from there, so it did. And about 2 years ago it was, we moved into Dolan's from Baker's, and I became a resident around that time. Then from there to be the longest running techno night in Limerick at the moment. So the whole Macronite was built on Macronite from the start, the existing foundation.
Fried has been running, it'll be running 2 years now come June. It started with, I would say, two groups of friends from different eras, different age groups coming together at house parties and such, and the choice of music afterwards being drum and bass, kind of taking away from the techno scene a little bit. And I just noticed everybody's love of drum and bass, and from there I decided to start a night, and it's been going pretty well since then.
We went up to Mystic Festival, did our set, but on the timesheet on the lineup we had written down Filthy Dubstep Massive. Somebody had gone over with a black marker, scribbled out Massive and wrote in Bastards. Two fellas had seen us, Stu and Rob. They run a Dubstep Dublin night, and they were pretty impressed with our set, so they asked us would the Filthy Dubstep Bastards come up and play. And it wasn't exactly our name, but we said we'd go with it because there was a bit of a sneer off it, like, you know, so.
See, and I do like drum and bass as well, but that's more of the kind of thing I'm just getting involved with now. But I'd be better at playing techno, but it's more kind of, you don't have to be involved or like know the music. It's just meant to be just a bit of fun and just like, oh yeah, that sounds nice, and it's easy to listen to, just something that's not, I know, not intelligent music. It's just something that you can have fun with.
There's 4 different groups. There was double bass, Fried, Macronite, and also Filthy Dubstep, and we came together to take over the 3 rooms in Dolan's once a month, and we do everything ranging from jungle and drum and bass to dubstep to techno, so there's a variety of music for everyone there, and it's easily accessible to everyone.
What you're going to be hearing from these, from this amazing sound is, you know, some of the most cutting-edge and forward-thinking music available out there. You may not recognise the names in the posters, but give it 6 months' time, and you'll be telling people about the tiny little room that you saw this amazing headline act in.
What you're going to get is going to bring you back to that festival experience. The lights, everything is designed there to take you away to somewhere different, to be not just in the nightclub, you're actually at this thing that's visually stunning, it sounds amazing, the music's great, and most importantly, the people there are really cool and really nice as well.
It's more of an underground scene, basically. It's kind of music that you're not going to hear on Spin FM, you're not going to hear on the radio, you've probably never heard before, or you might have heard on YouTube, but you don't know where to find it.
Got the best sound going, I'd say. For the music we're playing. The music we're playing you're not going to hear in any other club basically in Limerick, whereas if you go to Angel Lane Trading Rooms, chances are you're going to hear the top 10, 30 songs in each club you go to. So we're kind of offering a niche, something different to people. We also offer a lot of variety. We've got 3 rooms on the go, which basically the music is usually completely different in all of them, so there's an excellent lighting system. And that's the sound people.
Well, I suppose in that sense, Macronite is strictly underground music, techno, drum and bass, dubstep, jungle, There's also hip hop and reggae, which isn't so underground, but to be quite honest, the other clubs in Limerick are very commercial, and this is your outlet for quality underground music.
Besides that, if you're into electronic music or into dance music or into going out and enjoying yourself and actually caring about the music rather than just going out getting blasted and listening to the same annoying music that you hear on the radio constantly all day, you could actually come and enjoy yourself on a night out and go there for the music, which is what's maybe important at the end of the day.
The hardest part is trying to keep 15 odd people kind of reading from the same page and moving in the same direction or whatever. But we've gotten to a point now where we all kind of understand each other's personalities and ways of working or whatever. And being that big a crew, I think it's really, really satisfying when things do go off really well. Like the last gig was a massive success. And the funny thing that we did to the thing made it all the sweeter when the next day I looked out and I was just like, fantastic. It can be difficult at times, but it's always worth it.
Yeah, the sheer amount of people, you know, it's often difficult to, especially in the meetings, it can be quite hectic. You've got a lot of people, a lot of different opinions. People don't see eye to eye all the time, you know. This obviously throws up problems. But, you know, considering what we're trying to do, I think, and considering all the types of people and different ideas involved, you know, I think we do a pretty good job considering that, you know.
You get to learn so much from everyone. Everyone's got a different outlook on it. Everyone's got a different thing that they know better than the next person. So it means that like you can learn everything from everyone.
The best aspect is this gives us an opportunity to basically put together a show-stopping show, multiple international DJs, and basically not having to worry about it, because when you're doing it on your own there's a lot of stress about making the rent even, and it's promoting us to make money basically, but when it's split up between 9 people it makes these a lot more achievable, a lot more easier.
If you want to organise a gig, firstly you've got to set up a Facebook page. Basically do a bit of market research. The best way to do that is post up the tunes you like and see if people thumbs them up. If you get like a couple of people thumbs up your tunes, you kind of get into the idea of what they like. So then you go from that to a bit of Photoshop, make up a little poster, you find a venue, you get the venue rental price, and then you basically calculate if you can afford to pay off the venue and get that many people in. You generally do that by adding up the friends that you have on Facebook and seeing how many people you might get on the invites. Then it's a general case of postering all the colleges, making sure all the majority of students know about it, getting the locals interested by postering all the local chippers, offies, kind of places that people go before they go out to party really, like, you know.
It's so much fun. It's kind of one of the things I look forward to is going down and hearing your music that you picked that maybe the night before, the week before on the big sound systems, because it's like, I don't know, you get to hear all the bits that you didn't really hear on your headphones at home and everything, and it's quite satisfying. It's brilliant, yeah.
In a typical month, you know, maybe this month, you know, we're working on you know, the graphics and the design for next month. You know, we'll get the information together off everyone, what are the headline acts and so on and so forth, who we'll be bringing in. I'll put up a rough draft, get it onto our shared Facebook production page.
Basically looking to absolutely dominate and just basically be absolute best we could possibly be. Make year to be like one of the best in Ireland, and after that it's only upwards.
We're going to launch a label after night. The idea being a lot of us write tracks, some of us are getting into writing tracks. It would be nice to have our own outlet for releasing our own music and taking control of it. Like a lot of nights you will find will have their own label running off it, but we'd like to have some sort of a thing that we can release our own music, getting the names that we get through the night.
Well, I mean, you know, a continuation of what we're doing, but, you know, kind of building up a portfolio of big international acts and kind of garnering respect, I suppose, in the country, you know, that Limerick has, you know, great nights, and that people can hear about this in, you know, Dublin, Cork, Galway, wherever you are, you know.
April 3rd coming up, this is going to be our birthday, so been doing it solidly, heavier and heavier, trying to look for more heavier stuff, like.
The objective really is to establish it as the best night in Limerick and Munster basically, and bringing over all the acts we want to see and demonstrating what we're able to do.
You can see it being definitely Munster's #1 destination music-wise, underground music.
Happy fun. It's just seeing people just
getting off and going mental and
just enjoying the music, I suppose.
Knowing that all the work we put in all day
is the tunes in there.
after getting our work shows.